What's up, Michael? What's up, Angelo? What's up, Hannah? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Happy Halloween if I don't get a chance to tell you later. Before we get started, does anybody want to either tell the class what you're gonna do? What's up, Daniel? For Halloween, or your favorite Halloween childhood memory? Amishay's got a good one. Amishay, tell that story you told me.
The one that's in my college essay?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys know I'm from Hungary, right? Well, I moved to America on Halloween. And in Hungary, we don't celebrate Halloween. And I had absolutely no idea what it was. So when I stepped off the airplane, like in the Albuquerque Sunport, everybody was dressed up in costumes, like full-grown adults in costumes, and I was so confused. I thought Americans were crazy. And that story is now in my college essay.
Did you think we were like a bunch of devil worshippers or something? Like we were gonna eat you?
I didn't think you guys were devil worshippers. I just didn't think you were intelligent.
Well, that actually might be true. Quote, in honoring young adult sovereignty, we make it possible for them to do two things: show themselves in their true meaning, find their own way. Both are necessary to come to full adulthood. And this came from a Zen parenting book I'm reading. So, question, what does sovereignty mean to you? Laz, my man Laz, can you either unmute yourself or write in the chat? When you hear the word sovereignty, what does it mean to you? Okay, position of power, leadership. Yeah, that's interesting. That's not how I think about it, but you're right. You're right. The good Pope Michael, what does sovereignty mean to you?
Matt, why you gotta call me out like that? I was just thinking, I don't know, Matt. I can't tell you because I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna say the same thing Laz said. I'm gonna agree with Laz because I have no idea what that means. Yeah, position of power or leadership. Yep. That's my answer. Okay. That's my final answer for 500.
No worries, Michael.
Oh, independence. Thank you so much, Ella. I appreciate it. Yeah, independence. I definitely think that. Yep.
Hi, my name is Miss Donati Feliz Benevedes. I am a 12th grader here at Amy Biehl.
Okay. Happy Halloween to everybody from me and my messy bedroom. We're having a lot of fun this year. I hope everybody's celebrating safely. And a happy quarter two to all of my fellow year-round students, and a happy quarter school year to everybody else. So I know that this year's been a little bit difficult. We're still doing online school. I know a lot of other people are. And, just that transition from being at school online for, 3 or more hours a day to doing all of your schoolwork online afterwards for the rest of the day is really taxing and stressful, but that also means that we have the opportunity to sit at home and, you know, kind of evaluate our lives and evaluate who we want to be and what we want to contribute to the world. So in my version of doing that, I recently made a list of all of my favorite words, just off the top of my head, so nothing fancy. And I'm going to read those out to you today. And it looks like we're starting with faceplant, yellow, dazzle.
When you guys are complaining and adults are like, you guys have no idea what it's like to be an adult and have real responsibility. That's true, but I think we also forget that we're free, right? And that we get to choose what we want to do. And you guys largely are being told by adults still what you need to do. And high school, K through 12, you guys really have no choice. I mean, you can get your GED or transfer to another school, right? But it's, even when you get to college, there's classes you have to take, but you get to pick your own schedule. And so that's really cool. And so just hang tight, guys. More freedom is coming. And if you're finding yourself constantly like bickering with your parents or your teachers or feeling frustrated being told what to do, that's a natural evolution. And that's just you learning to exert yourself and independence. And I'm sure that's tough on your parents. It's tough on teachers, but that's just part of the deal.
Fabulous, schedule. Schedule's weird because it's spelled weird. Schedule. Mild.
How's my senior year going? Okay, see, that feels a little bit like a couple hundred years ago, you go to some like random teenager and you ask them how the American Revolution is going. Okay, that's a bad example. I'm not equating my experiences to people who lived through the American Revolution, but that ended well, so this will too.
My senior year has been a bit of a dumpster fire, and I mean that figuratively, of course. It's been there. You know, online stuff is weird. It's not very fun. Yeah, I used to go to school and I used to be like, this sucks, I want to go home, but I'm home, so I can't be like, this sucks, I want to go home. I'm just like, this sucks, and it just sucks. So, yeah.
Hi everyone, Celeste, your favorite, coming at you live from her house. I'm going to talk to you guys about my senior year. How's that going for me? Not too hot. Look, here's the thing. I laugh about it, because personally, I think it's hilarious. No, I don't. I think I just laugh because I'm trying to cope. No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I thought it was going to be a lot easier than I thought it was just going to be a breeze, but it's really not. You know, I recently just got a job, and, you know, I have my senior project and school, and like trying to find a good balance for that, you know, talking with my boss, with my schedule, and then talking with my mentor at my senior project to get that schedule. It's very hard. And I also forgot to think about myself and taking care of myself and having like a rest day, I guess. And I was just working senior project, school, like all the time, and that was not good for me. So, that's been difficult for me, but overall, I think I've been doing pretty well.
Senior year is still going fairly well. Getting more and more anxious as the election gets closer, though.
Calm, minimum, bonus points if you read that one cursive. Grandpa, grandma, serendipity. Still don't know what that one means.
Okay, new goals. I do actually have a new goal. Last quarter, and last year, it seemed a little bit like this was just temporary. And so I didn't really like fully embrace it. And since it seemed that this is going to be the way things are going to work for a little while, I want to, like, for myself, make it feel a little bit more like I'm actually invested and it's just not like a temporary replacement for something else. So that's my primary goal, is just to like enjoy the year as much as I can, even though it's not like exactly how we wanted it to look.
For this test, quiz, assessment thing, turn your cameras on except for the one student that emailed me earlier. And you know who you are. Because I'm about to release this. Now, let me go to it. We're going to just do this for 10 minutes. Just a quick, basically, check. Did you do what you're supposed to do? You have your notes. You can use your notes on it. And I am going to set it for 10 minutes. I haven't released it yet. First of all, before we start, do you guys have any questions about anything? No? Yes, we're all good? All right. Esteban, Steven, Juan, turn on your cameras, please. Well, if you weren't here, yeah, you should grab a snack real quick, Laz. Run. Seriously, you have 15 minutes, man.
Something funny. I like funny stories. I feel like all my funny stories, though, are always like, I'm like, let me tell you this story. And I, like, build it up, and I build up the story, like, what I'm saying. And then, like, by the time I'm, like, get to the ending, I'm like, yeah, that's basically what happened. And everyone's like, oh, that was it? And I'm like, yeah. You know, it's like I build up to the climax so much, and then there is no climax to the story.
Story. Here's a little story for you. So Halloween's coming up. If you guys didn't know, you'll probably see this after Halloween, but I was really trying to decide between a costume. Here are my two options. Either I'd be Avatar Aang, you know, Avatar Aang, or I could be, what's his name? The tiger guy from freaking Tiger King. Him. No, not him. Okay, those were the ones I saw at Spirit Halloween, okay? But the one I was gonna make myself was Guy Fieri. Come on. I really wanted to be him, but I wanted to be like, welcome to Flavortown, everybody, but that wasn't working. Let's just say my family was like, why are you getting boys' costumes? And I was like, didn't really think about that. So here's the thing. This isn't, I guess, not a story, just a little, yeah, just whatever. Yeah, so there is a Halloween costume contest that I'm entering. And if I don't win, bruh, I'm Avatar Aang. I even got a bald cap and everything, dude. If I don't win, I'm literally going to cry. I spent my money on this costume, dude. My money. I mean, I guess it wasn't expensive, but still, I'm really committed. I've been practicing my airbending. No, I've not been doing that. That'd be kind of embarrassing if I was. But, you know, I love Halloween. I love freaking bats. If you know where that's from, I love you. So yeah, that's my little story though. I'm Avatar Aang for Halloween. That's my dog. She's a Boston Terrier, and she sounds like a little pig.
Went way up there. All right, so I'm about to release this. I'm going to give you 10 minutes to do it. You can use your notes. That's why I said have them out. And do you guys have any questions about anything other than we're waiting for Laz to come back with his doesn't die? Are we back? You got your snack? Well, for supporting Laz and his health and well-being. Okay. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, actually, I have a better story. You can use either one. It doesn't matter. Okay, so we all know the game Among Us, right? The game Among Us, love it. It's a blast. I have a Discord, by the way, if you want to join, we can all play. Okay, not shameful plug. That was shameful. Okay. Among Us, lots of fun. I play like every couple nights with a group of people, okay? We get on Discord and we go ham. We go all in like for a few hours. And let me tell you, I'm an amazing imposter. I don't know if it's because I'm a great liar. Okay, well, that's a lie. That's a lie. Recently, I've been sucking so bad. Can't lie to save my life. My kills have been sloppy. But anyways, but I was thinking about it just now, and I was like, you know what would be great? If somehow, okay, because we all saw AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the politician, play Among Us, and it was the funniest thing ever. I was thinking about it and I was like, what about our teachers? What about I feel like our teachers would be great at this.
I think in the film, right? Who's the bad apple? They talked about bad apples. What's a bad apple? Someone, bad apple, unmute. Come on. Everyone, someone.
In general, or in terms of corporations?
Corporations, when they refer to a bad apple.
Oh, it was one of the corporations that had like a fraud case or some kind of criminal case. They kept saying that it was just that singular corporation. It was the bad apple, and the rest of them were these like good, beautiful people who were helping the society.
Very good. Okay, so you'll see, and that's where at the beginning of the video it keeps talking about one bad apple, and that's where the idea is just because you have one thing, that doesn't mean they're all bad. The rest of them that have personhood are somehow good, right? But that like this one that is bad, it's just like you can't judge them all. And you'll see that often as an excuse when it comes to business and media.
Do I really need to tell you? Okay, I don't want to admit this. I am deathly afraid of hippopotamuses. It sounds so stupid, but I have nightmares about walking over bridges. Like I had a nightmare a few months ago about me walking over a bridge over like a hippo enclosure. I was very glad to wake up.
Solitude. Skeleton.
My top 3 or 4 worst fears include A, losing my teeth. B, baboons. They're freaky. C, getting kidnapped. And D, getting a tan line of a face mask. Because I just see people always being like, look, I was out in the sun and look at my tan line. And I'm like, not about that life, dude.
Slimy.
Anytime there's murky water, that's what's in the water. If I can't see it, it's still there. Yeah, so there's that.
I mean, okay, are we starting?
Yeah, we're
okay. If I was a president, would I start a coup to overthrow the government? No, because I'm not about that life. I mean, maybe.
But you are the government.
I am the government. Would I overthrow myself and like I wouldn't make myself a dictator, like obviously, because I'm anti-fascist. Oh God, I swear to God, this is gonna be public, and then all the FBI is gonna knock on my door and be like, "We know you're Antifa. We're gonna arrest you." I'm not Antifa, I promise. Basically, would I like try and make things very social democratic? Probably, yes. Would I probably get impeached because of doing that? Yeah. But at the same time, it's like the president we have in now already got impeached. I think that's something people always forget, is that he got impeached, you know? Like, everyone always forgets that. He got impeached, dude. Like, that's so weird. Anyway, that's like such old news.
Pleasant. Moral. Authentic. Honest. Turtle. But that's just my favorite animal.
If I were president, so I had a whole plan. This is very important. When I was in first grade, some of the people who like were in first grade with me, so like Daniel and Michael, and I think that's it. But Daniel and Michael will remember my plan. So me and my friend, it was my plan, but she helped, you know. Okay, so we wrote this plan. We're gonna dig a hole. We weren't gonna be president. We were gonna be like dominate the world, but president, world dominator, dictator, it's all the same thing, right? Yeah. So we were gonna dig a hole by hand with a shovel in my backyard. And then, it's a genius plan. And then after that, we were gonna drop the bomb. We were gonna make a bomb. And we were gonna drop the bomb in the hole and blow up the world. And then we had a bubble. And we put everything, like trees and animals and stuff in the bubble. Like everything we wanted to keep on the new planet. Basically, we're building a new planet. You know how people say, go start a new country? We were just making a new planet. And everyone that we liked, including ourselves, went in a spaceship that dragged the bubble. So the world explodes. Somehow we take the stuff. It was a thoroughly thought out plan. I'm sure we had it all sorted out. And then we reassemble the world. Everyone who will listen to us and who shares our values gets to stay. Everyone else, I don't know, they could live in the bubble or just go out into space and try to see if their body could handle freezing and boiling at the same time. Yeah. So that's what I do.
If I were president, I would do a lot. I would give universal health care, because life is one of the 3 inalienable rights guaranteed by the Constitution. So having the government provide a healthcare service that everyone is able to access without worrying about having to go into debt should be a thing we do in order to protect constitutional rights, because that's part of what this country was founded on.
But basically, make the country good, make sure everyone's actually being heard, even the scary white supremacists. Actually, no, I wouldn't silence them, but I'd make sure they're not like white supremacists anymore. I'd be like, don't be white supremacists. Okay, I don't know where I was going with this.
Okay, what you said when you were
Yeah.
if you were president, you would make things good. What does that mean to you?
To me, that basically means that like we don't have like one person in control all the time. It's basically where like everyone, because I feel like, you know, like people who are like, I don't do politics. It's like, bro, you literally live in a country that's run by a government. Like if you were like just not in a country, if you're just like not doing anything, then yeah. But like, you know, everyone has to be involved in one way or another. And when I say like good, I just mean like everyone's equal and happy and eating good food and like, you know, everyone's just living their best lives. Like, is that achievable in the long run? I mean, actually, yeah, like, I don't want to get all political here and be like, corporations and this and that and, like, point out all this stuff. But basically, like, I would just make the country more socialist in a happy way so that everyone can eat and be happy. And we can be like Finland or New Zealand. Basically, if I was the president, I would be like the Prime Minister of New Zealand because she's awesome and I like her a lot.
Question of the day. Emma Shea's name literally means intelligent, fearless, mother, upstander. I learned this from Emma Shea's. What drives you? Emma Shea, what does it mean? Tell the class.
It means mother.
It means mother in Hungary?
Yeah. It's from an old
Cool. Are there a lot of Emma Sheas?
Not really. It's a pretty, like, old name. It's not that popular anymore.
Gotcha.
So, how would I explain this election to a 5-year-old? I think I just wouldn't, to be honest. I don't know if that's possible to do.
Nasty.
Dang, okay. A small kid, pretend there's a small kid. Child, there is these 2 white dudes that are running for president, and they both suck because they are both creepy and predatorial-y. Basically, it's like choose the worst of 2 evils. And that's what's gonna happen right now. Or the less of 2 evils. Did I say worst of 2 evils? Weevils.
Tiny. Ding dong.
You want me to explain the election like I'm talking to a 5-year-old? Okay. It's okay. You can just pretend like we're talking to the president. Okay, so we're like a week away from Biden being elected as the new president of the United States. And yeah. What else? Go vote. If you haven't voted yet, please vote because I would like to have a future.
Confusing. Cattywampus. Bumfuzzle. I looked that one up for the sake of this list and the sake of this list only. If anyone can use that in a sentence, I'd love to hear it. Messy.
If I were to try and explain the election as simply as I can, it would be that everyone is having to make a choice right now between something that's not that good and something absolutely terrible.
Just kidding, though. The real that is true. I just wanted to share that with you. But the real question of the day, according to the last data report that came out in September, what is the average amount of student debt for college graduates? Is it A, 30,000, B, 10,000, C, 40,000? D, 20 grand. So the last crop of college graduates, on average, how much did they owe? 30,000, 10,000, 40,000, 20,000. The correct answer is 30 grand. So, guys, I'm teaching, so if you're going to be out here, you're going to be quiet, or you can go in your room and play. Or in Natalie's. Go ahead, yeah.
Then we just have no. Macaroni. I like that word a lot.
So, you know, if it were up to me, we'd go full communism. No, I'm just kidding. but I'm not a communist, but I always say that, but, I swear to God, this is, like, gonna ruin my reputation, but whatever. I say, like, you know, it's just, like, they should change voting age to, like, being 16 or 15 even, just because, like, I feel like a lot of us are already to the age where we, like, know what we want politically enough, and if we don't, then just don't vote. But at the same time, it's, like, give us a chance to be heard. And it's, like, weird because I feel like as a younger generation, we're probably, like, Gen Zs are, like, the most involved in politics, but not, like, we don't really have our voice heard because of the whole voting thing. But it's also just about, like, creating awareness about stuff and talking about it and, like, having conversations and putting your voice out there, you know?
Politics. I've never cared about politics ever in my life until recently. I'm really trying to educate myself and get myself more involved with politics because I never cared. I really think that everybody's opinion matters. Everyone. Your vote matters too. So if you're not voting, vote. If you really can't vote because your age is up, of course, don't worry about it. But, like, yeah, your opinion matters. Like, no matter how young you are, you know, like, we're just a bunch of teenagers and we're so opinionated, and you know, we really fight for what we believe in. And of course, you should want the same things that you would fight for. You want your politicians to fight for too, you know?
The president's role should always be to work for the people. That's what the government as a whole should do, is work for the people. That's not what our current government is doing, unfortunately. It's a gross situation, but they should be working for the people.
I'm really hoping that this election and the past 4 years have taught people how important their vote actually is. I think the past 4 years have kind of been, it's like all of the time we've been in high school. Crap. I think that it's kind of been a joke, you know, like, and it shouldn't be. But, like, the whole crap with, like, Kanye saying that he's gonna run for president. I mean, Trump even running for president in the first place and then him being elected. Like, it's just, it feels a little bit like people aren't taking democracy seriously. I think in the US we have so many liberties and so, like, everything's so comfortable for us, you know, that we don't really appreciate everything, like the voice that we're being given and how we can actually use it, because we do have the power to make change and say what we want and change what we feel needs to be changed. People don't really do that because things are, like, generally pretty good. And I'm really hoping that the attention that's been put on people's vote and, like, the emphasis on, like, you need to stand up and say what you need to say is going to make people shut up.
SOS.
A lot of us younger people, I think, often feel like we have no voice, that we can't change the way things are, and so it's not even worth trying. But I think it's essential for our voices to be heard, and there are a lot of us, a lot of young people who care about what's going on and who want to make a difference, you know, and fight for equality and justice. And if we all organize, we can make our voices heard. And I think that's, like, it's essential that we do that. We can't just keep letting things go the way they're going, you know? I mean, we're the, like, generation that's gonna have to fix things. If there's even anything to fix. And so we gotta just keep fighting for that and keep doing what we can do. Because yes, there are things that are out of our reach that we can't control, but it's important to focus on what we can do and try to make a difference in any way that we can. Because I know and I understand, like, we're all just done with this. We're fed up. So do something.
Because, like, as a citizen, it's your responsibility to hold the government accountable and to participate. You can't just, like, it's not just like this blanket that sits over us. Like, you need to be an active part of it. And I'm really hoping that people are gonna start doing that now.
Vote.
Real quick, just for fun, I kind of want to show you, because I just read the rest of the email and it said, Halloween is next week. If you want to dress up or do something Halloweenish for your interviews, go for it. Costume, face paint, mask, background, go for it. Kind of want to show you guys my bald cap. Is that too much? You know what? I'll go safe with it because that's scary. So, we'll be back. We'll be back in a few seconds. Okay, this is me. In my costume, I literally just did the arrow on my head. But, just imagine me, Avatar Aang, in Ba Sing Se, you know, roaming the streets, saving Ba Sing Se, you know, fighting people, taking their bending abilities. I think so. Yeah, this was just like a fun little moment that I thought I'd share with you guys. Hope you all had a fun and safe Halloween, and you guys are the best.